All right, chilling. What's going on, you guys? I just decided to do this live stream right quick, so um, I just been seeing all the talk going on, you know, um, about this whole Wilder Tyson Fury situation, and it just get to the point with people to where they just refuse to take their L. It don't matter how much evidence you present to them. It don't matter what you say. People is just gonna deny. They gonna ask question after question. They gonna say, "Well, how? Why don't he do this? Why didn't he do this? When is he gonna do this?" So, with that being said, you know, um, I'm just thinking about the mountains of evidence that's just been presented to all of us about Tyson, Luke Fury, and Glovegate, whatever you want to call it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, hey, what's up? I mean, how much more damn proof do you need that this man is a damn cheater? What's up, Joe? How much more? I mean, like, what is he gonna take? And then Tyson Fury kind of hinted that, well, he did do something. Now all of a sudden he went from, oh, this is bullshit, to, oh, well, Deontay Wilder need to blame the commission. Okay, so Tyson, you further kind of like digging yourself in the ditch. Okay, let's just go back in history. You got Eddie Cotton, the former referee, who said a while back that Tyson Fury was one of the dirtiest fighters that he ever seen. And he said he officiated 3 Andrew Galata fights. And Andrew Galata was an extremely dirty fighter. And when I say extremely dirty fighter, he was an extremely dirty fighter. You remember his 2 fights with Riddick Bowe, where he was disqualified in both fights for basically low blows. You got The Web of Lies by Tyson Fury. You got him having an affiliation with a alleged mob boss who can't even enter the United States. I mean, this dude can't even enter the United States. He's banned from entering the United States. And he's tied to all kind of different type of things. And Tyson Fury was proudly bragging about his affiliation with this dude. Like I said, you got gloves, you got former sparring partners who all said that Tyson Fury did something that wasn't cool. Then you got Nicholas Ashbury. You got several boxers that have came forward, but people just refuse to believe that Tyson Fury has done anything wrong, because Tyson Fury right now is the ideal fighter for a lot of white supremacists and a lot of white people. He's the great white hope. And people just don't want to believe that this dude could be a dirty fighter when people have presented mountains of evidence. People don't have nothing to say about the Christian Hammer fight. Then you got videos where his gloves are not on properly. Then you got gloves with dents in them and shit. But people still do not want to see the mountains of evidence that people have against Tyson Fury, like we just making this shit up. Because I guarantee you, if this was a black dude and we was reporting this stuff, you would have people quickly hollering about, yeah, let's get these dudes out of here. Let's get this guy out of here. If it was more than one black fighter, yeah, these dudes are dirty, or this dude is dirty. Yeah, we got to clean up the sport. But because it's Tyson Fury, people want to give him the benefit of the doubt. And he doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt, because he has too much bad history against him. I mean, for real. I mean, Tyson Fury is all but admitted that he did something strange, but people don't want to hear it because it's Tyson Fury. And that's unfortunate. And that just goes to show you how ass backwards people are when it comes to this boxing stuff, because they don't want to hear the truth. They're in denial about what's going on. That's a damn shame. And that's why boxing gonna continue to go into the rabbit's hole that it's headed for. And as far as the WBC go, the WBC have showed their hand. Mauricio Solomon, you needed evidence to present this to your audience, but now the evidence is starting to hit you right before the eyes, and it's just looking like the WBC do not favor black fighters. After what they did today, that should be a telltale sign that they don't give a damn about black fighters. As I said before, things finna get rough, because everybody talking. Well, certain people is talking this shit about Mauricio Solomon, calling them fat and saying that they crooked. But at the end of the day, I want to see when is people gonna make the call. When is people gonna make the call to the WBC and call them out? Well, I'll call them out. I'll probably call them out after I'm done with this live stream, because like I said, I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not afraid of no backlash. I'm not afraid of losing subscribers and none of that shit, especially when I'm seeking the truth. And that's what I'm doing. I'm seeking the truth. I'm following the path of my brothers, Champ Side, Boxing Ego, all those cats, Dante's Boxing Nation, everybody that's been on this story. Blue Blood Sports, 7-8 Sports TV, just a few cats who just wanted to put out the truth. And like I said before, people don't want to hear the truth because they're in denial about what's going on with Tyson Fury. I think, or they just don't care. It's just one of them situations. It's just like what happened with Triple G. People for years tried to get me and other people to believe that Triple G was the real deal. He was going to be a legend when his boxing career was over. He was going to be a top 10 greatest fighter ever. And what's up, man? And people was really believing that. And most of the people that was pushing that was, who, the Mayonnaise Nation. And we already knew that Triple G was overrated. I said several times that he was overrated. Man never, you know what I'm saying? Man never challenged himself, never took on the best guys. Like I said, for years he fought, and to me, I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna say fight. I'm gonna say hid at 160 when it was less than stellar competition. The man fought mediocre competition, fighters that were past their prime, or fighters that were what you would call just never was, not even has-beens, and he got away with that. What's up? And he got away with that. And I was one of the first people. I wasn't fooled by Triple G at all. Wasn't fooled by him. I was one of the very first people that made predictions that Triple G was a fraud. And I said as soon as real competition came up to 160, that Triple G was going to duck all the best fighters that would possibly move up to 160. I said he would duck Demetrius Andre. What has he done? Ducked him. I said he would duck Charlo. He's ducked him. They had to pull his leg to get him to fight Derevyanchenko, and you see how that turned out. Many people believe he lost that fight, or he barely won that fight, and refuses to give Derevyanchenko a rematch. Same thing with Daniel Jacobs. Some people believe Daniel Jacobs won that fight, or Triple G barely beat him, refused to give Daniel Jacobs a rematch. And then he fought Canelo for the money, because it was too lucrative paydays. But now you look at what he's doing at 160 is pathetic. And you add people doing the same shit. Oh, you just don't like Triple G because he's not black. I got called a racist. I got called a hater and all that type of shit. But I was just telling the truth about the dude. I didn't think he was that good. And I thought he was overrated as hell. And it was proven. Look who he's fighting now. I mean, at the end of the day, if you really honest about Triple G, if you consider your best fight or your most significant win against Kell Brook, you know, a welterweight who went up 2 weight classes, and David Lemieux, you know, just a mediocre fighter with a lot of power. If those are your 2 best wins, then that says a lot about you. Because like I said, you barely beat Daniel Jacobs in a lot of people's eyes. And you barely beat Derevyanchenko. I thought that you lost both fights, but hey, who am I? What's going on, Michelle? Once again, who am I though? But people didn't want to hear it. So now here you fast forward a few years later, now Tyson Fury has pushed Triple G out the side as the anybody but the black guy fighter that people want to rally behind. And I mean, Tyson Fury has been busted. It is just too much evidence saying that he did not fight Deontay Wilder on the up and up, and people are mad because we refuse to ignore it. What type of journalists / reporters would we be if we ignored certain things? But then again, you have a lot of lamestream sports media. Then again, you have a lot of internet media that don't want to pick up this story because they're chicken shits, they're gutless, and they're worried about losing their press credentials. I don't want to make them mad because they might not credential me, you know, for a fight. Well, you know what? If them damn press credentials mean that much to you to where you are muzzled and you can't say what you want to say, then I don't want no press credentials. And that was the problem. And that was the problem that I had when I covered fights. Because once again, I couldn't say what I wanted to say. But now, like I said, I'm glad I had the freedom to say what I want to say now. Because I don't have to worry about people calling me and texting me, hey man, what was up with that video you did about, hey man, can you take that video? No. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking, you know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing down. Don't have to. What's up? I'm not going to do it. For what? And this is why I keep saying, you know, at the end of the day, man, just, you know, give the brothers like, you know, Blue Blood and Boxing Ego, you know, Dante's Boxing Nation, 7A Sports TV, Champ Side, you know, give them their props, man, because like I said, they out there fighting. They out there fighting, and they risked it all basically to keep the truth out there. And like I said, you guys are seeing up close and personal how racist boxing is. Look what the WBC did to Deontay Wilder. And like I said, it's going to come out, you guys, that the WBC was in on setting Deontay Wilder up. Okay. It's a reason why they was pushing so hard for Tyson Fury to win, because Tyson Fury wore gloves that the WBC have a partnership with. So that's why they was pushing for him to win that championship. And then when people started calling Tyson Fury out, Mauricio Sullivan says it's stupid and all this type of stuff. And then Tyson Fury comes out and said, oh, it's bullshit. And then he went from it being bullshit to, oh, well, you need to blame the commission. Okay. Now, more stuff that came up about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, like I said, another story came up that Tyson Fury threatened not to go through with the Vladimir Klitschko fight if he couldn't wear, once again, certain type of gloves. So this is saying a lot about Tyson Fury, and I just don't understand why some people, well, yeah, I do understand. But it's just laughable that you got people trying to act like they don't understand where's this stuff coming from, like we just making shit up about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury in gloves seem to be a big issue. If he ain't fucking with people's gloves, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't fucking with his own gloves and taking shit out, you know, he's forging documents, affiliation with alleged mob bosses and shit. But keep in mind, this is the same type of shit they do to black people. They use circumstantial evidence or circumstantial history, like I said, to depict and, you know, basically demonize the black man. But then we can't do it to Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is supposed to get the benefit of the doubt, and he has a very checkered past. He's just linked to a lot of different things. And then, like I said, you got people getting mad because we putting that shit out. Well, that's too damn bad. We gonna continue to put this shit out about Tyson Fury because we have to. And it's just sad that people don't want to hear the truth. Well, I'll just put it to you this way. I'll just say a certain demographic of people don't want to hear the truth. But there are people that's starting to come around and say, hey, man, you know what, Town, I thought you and the LDBC was just hating on Tyson Fury. You were just trying to discredit him. But, you know, now it's just too much evidence coming out. Well, that's what we told you when we first reported Glovegate. Like I keep saying, it's a lie when people say we just was trying to we couldn't accept the fact that Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury. And if you go back to my videos when the fight was over, I said congratulations to Tyson Fury, which I had believed at the time that he had won the fight on the up and up, fair and square. But then, like I said, once again, too much shit started to surface in regards to Tyson Fury. Keep in mind the Christian Hammer fight. Then if you go to the beginning of the first fight with Deontay Wilder, Jack Reese is trying to grab Tyson Fury's gloves. He's at times looking like he's trying to yank them away, like he didn't want Jack Reese to touch his gloves. And guess what glove it is? It's the left glove. The glove where his glove was flicking and flopping all over the place. And then, like I said, you had these idiots trying to bring up, oh, well, you know, if you go back to the days of Muhammad Ali, look, man, nobody don't care about that shit. Whatever was going on with Muhammad Ali is what was going on with Muhammad Ali. Now, you sure you want to have this conversation about Muhammad Ali? Now, for those who don't know, if you don't know your boxing history, because I do know my boxing history, keep in mind, Muhammad Ali wasn't exactly known as being the cleanest fighter in the world. A lot of fighters accuse Muhammad Ali of being a notorious clincher. And a lot of people said that Muhammad Ali would thumb a lot of his opponents, where basically he would like try to, you know, thumb people, you know, hit them in the eye with his thumb and make their eyes swell up and close their eyes. So Muhammad Ali was accused of that. And that's kind of a form of cheating. Now, another person you definitely don't want to bring up, you know, some dude was trying to make a comparison from Tyson Fury's gloves flopping around to Canelo's gloves flopping around versus Amir Khan, and it's not even in the ballpark. And first of all, you sure you want to mention Canelo and Tyson Fury in the same breath, knowing that both of these dudes got popped for PEDs? You sure you want to do that? I mean, I'm just being honest with you. That's like comparing Ted Bundy, you know, the Hillside Strangler, to Jeffrey Dahmer, saying that, you know, Ted Bundy wasn't a murderer, but, you know what I'm saying, Jeffrey Dahmer was. You just don't want to make that comparison when Canelo got popped for PEDs. That is a horrible comparison to make. Really stupid. I mean, really, really stupid to make that comparison. So the dude that made that comparison, he basically killed his credibility and he made an ass out of himself. That's just fact. Once again, don't get mad at me for reporting the news. So like I said, once again, let's try to go back and let's try to put this shit in order. Okay, so you have a referee by the name of Eddie Cotton, if I'm not mistaken. He's deceased. He died. He passed away recently. He said Tyson Fury was one of the dirtiest fighters that he's ever officiated. Then once again, you have people in Tyson Fury's camp hinting that Tyson Fury is a dirty fighter. Okay, so then you have the Christian Hammer fight, and in that same fight, Tyson Fury get popped for PED use. Then, not to mention, he also tests positive for cocaine. And then he lies about, well, he tested positive because he ate some wild boar. And once again, that same fight with Christian Hammer, which was an eliminator bout, he tested positive, and then he tried to tamper with his gloves. Okay. Then keep in mind the Vladimir Klitschko fight. Once again, he was complaining about gloves. Oh, well, I'm going to pull out of this fight if I'm not allowed to wear certain type of gloves. Okay. So you look at Tyson Fury, he went on to, he got stripped of the belts. Then, he gained a tremendous amount of weight. Okay. But if you look at Tyson Fury, you look out at his knockouts. Tyson Fury has never lumped somebody up or put any dents in somebody's face until 2020. You look at his history of fights. Yeah, he got TKOs, but Tyson Fury was never really a one-punch knockout type of dude. Okay? Let's just keep it a hundo. So he comes back, fights a couple of nobodies. Then he has this fight with Deontay Wilder. You watch this fight. Tyson Fury's gloves are doing all kind of weird shit. They going in two different directions. Then you look at different angles of his gloves. When he gets flatlined, you can see his knuckles hanging out. Then when he takes off his gloves, he has blood on his knuckles, and you like, okay, well, how do you have blood on your knuckles when your gloves were supposed to be, where your wraps were supposed to, at least around the knuckle area, are supposed to be all the way in the gloves. Then keep in mind, before that fight, Tyson Fury is looking uncomfortable, like he don't want Jack Reese to examine his gloves or catch something in his gloves. Okay, so now, fast forward, see what I mean? It's a pattern. Fast forward 2020. All of a sudden, Tyson Fury, who doesn't have really, now, excuse me, oh, I almost forgot. Now, in between one of them camps, a fighter by the name of Nicholas Asbury. And then you look at Nicholas Asbury, a guy that says he goes on camera, which is completely ignored, where he says, hey, Tyson Fury took the padding out of the gloves. He fucked with the gloves. Okay? So somewhere in between, you got all this shit. And then keep in mind, Nicholas Asbury said that he tried to go to ESPN. He tried to talk to a whole bunch of people about what Tyson Fury did. Nobody wanted to talk to him. So, like I said before, we're making this shit up, right? We did all this shit to Tyson Fury. We made Tyson Fury do all this shit. Stop it. So, I'm just keeping it a hundo. All this overwhelming evidence. So Danny fights Deontay Wilder in a rematch. He makes Deontay Wilder's ear bleed. Deontay Wilder has a dent in his head. All of a sudden, he has this tremendous power. All of a sudden, this man has this tremendous power. And what Tyson Fury was doing, he was rabbit punching Deontay Wilder. He was stepping on his foot. I mean, he was just doing a whole bunch of illegal tactics. He was putting the man in headlocks. He was just doing a whole bunch of different shit. He was doing so much shit in the fight to where you couldn't keep up with all the dirty tactics he was doing. And then Kenny Bayless did a terrible job of refereeing. Usually Kenny Bayless, he does a solid job, but not in this particular fight. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put two and two together. Where did Deontay Wilder all of a sudden get a dent in his head? Keep in mind, he got hit with Luis Ortiz's best shots. And the only time you have a dent in your head is when you have something pointy. You know what I'm saying? Something pointy. Tyson Fury had something in his gloves. If people don't want to accept that, but that's fine. I'm going to keep talking about that. So once again, I'm waiting for somebody to answer that question. All this shit with Tyson Fury, this catalog, and it's pretty much a catalog, a resume of weird shit. And then all of a sudden, people trying to make it look like we picking on Tyson Fury, that we're attacking him and we're trying to discredit him, when Tyson Fury is the one who was looking all weird when that referee caught him in the Christian Hammer fight. So we made him do that. So we made him stack his gloves. Okay, we made him load his gloves. Okay, it's our fault. Okay. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. I'm just saying this is so we made Tyson Fury do all this underhanded shit. Because and now you have Deontay Wilder's very own team saying that they tallying up the evidence and that they're gonna present it real soon. So I wonder what Tyson Fury's excuse gonna be. And see, now Tyson Fury is starting to speak, because basically, okay, what he's gonna do is he's gonna point the finger at either the WBC or he's gonna point the finger at the commission. Now keep in mind, Town B is said several times and said on several occasions that the boxing commission, now keep in mind, Nicholas Ash verified what I was saying about those boxing commission people, that they don't know shit about boxing, they don't have a boxing background. Okay, so they don't know what to look for. What's going on, man? I've said this on several occasions. I don't give a fuck about the next dude, but like I said, you can't tell me a dude. Everybody knows that I covered boxing and I went to boxing matches. I've been in locker rooms. Like I said, it's easy as fuck to slip something in somebody's gloves. It's easy as fuck to get past the commission, because I keep trying to ask you guys, if the boxing commission is on their P's and Q's, I'm still trying to figure out, why was Ray Beltran, and that's his name, not Vargas, my bad, why was Ray Beltran allowed to fight with loaded gloves in Arizona? Loaded stacked gloves in Arizona. I'm still waiting for somebody to answer that question. The commission allowed Ray Beltran to fight with stacked gloves. Once again, Virgil Hunter, not the commission, not this California State Athletic Commission. Virgil Hunter was the one who caught Miguel Kessler trying to stack his gloves against Andre Ward, and he made him re-wrap his hands. Nassim Richardson was the one that said Felix Trinidad tried to stack his gloves against Bernard Hopkins, made Felix Trinidad re-wrap his gloves. It wasn't the damn commission, since everybody keep bringing up the damn commission. It was the fighters opposing team that caught Panama Lewis, that realized Panama Lewis and Resto fought with those gloves where the pad was taken out. It wasn't no damn commission. It was Nassim Richardson that realized Margarito had that shit in his gloves. And then you get these dummies that'll say, well, why won't Deontay Wilder, why does he want to fight him again? Because he wants payback. And then at the end of the day, he wants some money at the same time. We just reporting what Tyson Fury did. It's up to Wilder. That's Wilder's. Y'all need to ask Wilder. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why Wilder won't do something. That ain't my, I'm just reporting what Tyson Fury did. That's Wilder's choice. If Wilder wants to press charges, I would press charges against Tyson Fury's ass after this fight, and that may be what will happen. But we know that the WBC is going to throw somebody under the bus because they need to cover their ass. Look what they did to Wilder. And at the end of the day, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Because like I said, we finna see down the line who the real. Because the WBC, they made it very clear they don't want no brothers representing them as champions. Because they clearly sided with this foreigner. Once again, who got a history of cheating. Now, they don't want to run an investigation. Now, once again, I want to bring this up. Once again, they said they was going to call Deontay Wilder and they going to run an investigation while why Deontay Wilder said he wanted to catch a body. But then this is the same commission that refuses to run an investigation on Tyson Fury's glove. This is the same boxing commission where basically us, the media, had to fight to get Franchise Cruz Dezern her belt back when her opponent, Joanna Man, Hercules Hernandez, Alexandra, or whatever the fuck her name, Alex Jimenez, got popped for using PEDs. And like I said, by the way, we're still trying to prove if Jimenez is a genetically born woman. So we still trying to prove that. That's still, up for grabs. That's still, you know what I'm saying? They still need proof because, like I said, we want to see some baby pictures. But this is the WBC. And once again, Oscar De La Hoya left her hanging. Like I said, the other sanctioning body gave her belt back. But the only reason why the WBC gave her belt back is because of the pressure that had happened like last month. Now, once again, keep in mind, they got mad at Franchise Cruz Dezern for basically saying, hey, something wasn't right about this chick. She felt incredibly strong. I felt like I was fighting the dude. Well, you might have been fighting the dude. They got mad at her when she suggested that she might have been on something. But come to find out, she was on something. So once again, the WBC been hinting that they don't really want brothers representing their belts. Yeah, the boxing commission is trash. The boxing commission is the boxing commission, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is trash. The WBC is trash. So in the grand scheme of things, like I said, people are scrambling now to figure out what their next move gonna be. So like I said before, I wonder what the WBC gonna do when Wilder presents his evidence, because like I said, y'all gotta understand, a lot is on the line. Because like I said, the WBC, to me, they was in on sabotaging Deontay Wilder, because keep in mind, those gloves that Tyson Fury wore, the WBC have a partnership with them. The WBC have a partnership with them. So like I said, once again, to me, that's kind of a conflict of interest. Basically, you have a dude wearing gloves that you have a sponsorship with. So technically, you kind of root for him to win, and you're going to do whatever it takes. And now it's looking like Tyson Fury may have used the same gloves in another fight versus the first fight with Wilder. So, like I said before, I guarantee you, I keep saying this. I guarantee you, if Deontay Wilder had did the shit that Tyson Fury is accused of doing, there'd be people coming on our channel saying, "Hey, ain't you guys gonna make videos talking about what should happen to Deontay Wilder?" I guarantee you that, but people just don't want to hear it. And like I keep saying before, is basically us against everybody. It ain't that many people that don't look like us that's riding for Deontay Wilder because they feel like they don't got no horse in the race. So once again, I keep trying to tell you, and based off what the fact that the WBC is doing, a belt that's, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty much a Mexican belt based off the fact how they treating Deontay Wilder. That basically showing you, well, once again, I keep saying there ain't no black and brown alliance, because if it was, they would be doing right. Well, I'll just put it to you this way. I'll put it to you this way. The finger pointing is going to begin sooner than later. That's all I got to say. The finger pointing will begin pretty soon. It just all comes down to what Wilder has to say and what type of evidence. Because basically, the Tay guy didn't say something. And like I said before, Tyson Fury sitting up saying, "Oh, well, we had somebody from Tyson Fury's, excuse me, from Deontay Wilder's team watch my gloves getting wrapped." He must be in on it. And then Mauricio Solomon's sorry ass told a bold-faced lie and said that he was in the locker room for both fights. Yeah, you was in the locker room as soon as the fighters arrived, but you wasn't in there for the hand wraps. A lot of people keep forgetting that I was at Tyson Fury. I was at Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder won. That's what people keep forgetting. I was at that fight. I was at that fight. And Mauricio Sulaiman had his ass in his seat along with the other dude, Chico. They asses was in their seats by the time Wilder even got dressed and started wrapping his hands. He told a bold-faced lie. Man told a bold-faced lie. I think Mauricio Sulaiman don't know nothing about video phones and all that type of shit. You know people can film you, right? I guess Mauricio Sulaiman don't know that this is the camera age. I guess he think it's still 1985 or 1990. You know, we got camera phones. We got surveillance everywhere where pretty much people can watch every move you make. People can do their own instant replay. You know, all you need is a computer. You can rewind. You can pause it. I can do whatever I want to do with this phone. I could go back, rewind it. I can stop, pause it. You know, screen save it. Send it to my computer. You know, enhance the picture. I pretty much can do whatever I want. I can do my own instant replay, my own editing and shit. So I guess Mauricio Sulaiman forgot that we can do that. And like I said before, if this shit go to court, Mauricio Sulaiman, he might get in trouble because he pretty much perjured himself. Man said he was in the damn locker room when Wilder was getting his hands wrapped. No, the fuck you wasn't, motherfucker. Your ass was in the crowd. What's up? And like I said, and for these people that's like, I want to address these people right quick that's making these ridiculous talking about they debunking shit video. Motherfucker, please, you can't debunk shit. Like I said, how the fuck you gonna tell a motherfucker that actually went to these fights and used to and I still cover fights. When they start having, you know what I'm saying, when they start letting fans attend fights, I'm gonna start back to going to fights, covering fights. I'm gonna be at Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury 3. I'm gonna be at that fight. I don't care how much money I gotta spend. I'm gonna be at that fight. I don't give a fuck if I have to spend $500 on the ticket in the nosebleed seats. I'm gonna be at that fight. Now, rumor has it they saying this fight may take place in either Los Angeles or Vegas. So if it take place in Los Angeles, you thinking it's gonna be at the Staples Center? Unless they gonna put it at Sophie, unless they gonna have it at Sophie Stadium. I mean, Sophie Stadium do got that gigantic screen. That would be very interesting to see what they had that fight at Sophie Stadium. But that's where they saying the fight may take place. but we don't know. Nothing's official yet. Nothing's official. We'll just have to see. But I will be at that fight. And one thing that we must do, we must try to buy as many tickets as we can. One thing we cannot do is let Tyson Fury fans, or should I say, white supremacists, basically flood the stadium and basically try to, you know, basically, basically simmer us down with the noise control, basically by controlling the noise, by being a predominantly Tyson Fury fan base. We can't allow that to happen in the States. We have to go there and we have to support Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So if you plan on going to that fight, I suggest you start saving your money now. But like I said, I will be at that fight. Like I said, I'm going to try my hardest to get to that fight. If it's in Los Angeles, that'll be better for me if it's in Los Angeles. So, you know what I'm saying? I can get to it whether it's in Las Vegas or Los Angeles. It don't really matter. But it'll be a little bit easier for me to get there because I'm in California. You know. So, I'm just saying, we got to make sure that that audience is intimidating and that is predominant. Yeah, and I'll say it, predominantly Wilder, predominantly black, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I said it. I'm not worried about nobody getting mad. We need to make sure that that fight is more Wilder fans, and if those Euro trash fans want to get out of line, well, they can get to business. Because like I said, I'm finna start training hard. Just in case one of them want to pull some shit, I'll be ready to go. But like I said before, we got to make sure Wilder have all the support he can. And I said this before, once again, this isn't about me being a Wilder nut hugger, as some people would say. This ain't about me being no Wilder nut hugger. This is about people. This is about people, doing the right thing. This is about the truth. This is about the fans. Hey, what's up, homeboy? Black Reality TV. This is about the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got nothing else to do with, we just supporting Wilder just because he black. Nah, this is about somebody getting fucked over. And that's just real. And people just don't want it. And people just don't want to hear it. But fine with me. Because I'm going to keep putting that truth out there. I'm going to keep hitting people with that truth serum. Real talk. And if we did support Wilder because he black, so fucking what? Like I said before. Why is it that people got a problem with black supporting blacks? Because like I said, nobody says nothing to the Mexicans for supporting Canelo. Nobody says nothing to the Filipinos for supporting Manny Pacquiao. So why can't we support our fighters? That's all I want to know. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me, why is it taboo for a black fighter to support a black fighter? Like I said, at the end of the day, who gives a fuck what other people think? That's been our biggest problem. When we stop worrying about what other people think, the better off we gonna be. And that's just the bottom line. Yeah, they did that on purpose. They really did. They did that on purpose because they wanted to make sure that most of the tickets. What happened was, I believe a lot of those tickets got bought by the promoters. That they bought most of those tickets and then they resold them because that's something that they can do. Because the first day those tickets came out, they wasn't that expensive. The cheapest ticket you could get was like $100. Then all of a sudden, by the time, and then the tickets just went up dramatically. Then the next day, the cheapest ticket was like $500, and they never went down. Because I believe a lot of those tickets got bought and then they gave a lot of those tickets away. So at the so what we must do the next time, the day they announce that those tickets go on sale, we gotta buy them. We gotta buy them up. We gotta buy them up for real. That's what we have to do the next time. Cause like I said, I'm grabbing my ticket. I'm talking about the day they go on sale. I don't care where I sit at. If it's a nosebleed seat, that's fine. I'll grab a ticket. But I'm definitely gonna be there. Because I found it mighty strange that they was charging people $500 for a nosebleed ticket. And I just came to my conclusion. I said, okay, they bought all the tickets. They did what Eddie Hearn used to do, where Matchroom would buy up some of Anthony Joshua's tickets and resell them. Now, I guess you could do that in the States, but like I said, I was just wondering. I kept telling people, I was like, damn, why are these tickets so damn expensive? I mean, I could afford to buy a $500 ticket, but I just didn't want to. So I'm like, okay. Well, yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me neither, because a lot of times that's what a lot of those, as far as the bots go, that's what a lot of those sneaker resellers do. Like when the Jordans and the Yeezys come out, they use bots to enter the raffles, and then they win all the raffles, and then they go buy all the Jordans up, and then they resell them. That's what a lot of resellers do. They use bots and shit. So it wouldn't surprise me, because like I said, I found it mighty strange that those tickets were just basically just extremely high, and Deontay Wilder tickets had never been that high. So I knew I smelt the rat. I remember the first fight with Tyson Fury, that was in 2019. Um, Basically, I mean, the first fight with Tyson Fury, those tickets was like, shit. Them tickets, they had tickets for like $60. You know, they had tickets for $60. Then all of a sudden, the cheapest ticket at the MGM Grand is like fucking $500. Yeah, I smelt the rat. But I promise you it won't happen again. For real. I mean, the day of the fight, they were selling tickets for like, I remember when I was, because I interviewed Freeway Rick the day of that fight. At the door, they had tickets for like $60. Because what my plan was going to be, I was just going to go to Las Vegas, and I was just going to buy a ticket at the door. And then that's another thing. They kept saying on some of the, on some of the ticket websites, they were saying that the fight was almost sold out. That's another thing. But then on other ones, they would say they were still tickets left. So you was like, okay, so is the fight sold out or the fight isn't sold out? I just found it mighty strange that all them damn Europeans was there at that fight at the MGM Grand. Somehow, some way, they found their way to Las Vegas. But that's like the little tricks that a lot of those promoters be doing. But it's cool though. It's cool though. But I can't wait to see what Deontay Wilder does in the third fight. He must not allow Tyson Fury to wear those gloves again. He can't. He can't. Yeah, you would have thought the fight was in the UK. I was just, I was just like, I was just shocked when I saw all them people that was at that fight. Cause I mean, the first fight it was like a decent crowd. Oh, thanks, man. Well, like I said, I'm gonna be at this fight. I'm gonna try my hardest to get to that fight. Yeah, the first fight was dope. And the funny thing was, I went to the Luis Ortiz fight. Okay, I covered that fight too. I covered that fight, and the funny part about it was I didn't even have no credentials, and I still covered that fight. Got all the interviews that I wanted, you know. So, okay, covered that fight. And you look at that fight, same thing. Uh, a lot of us was at that fight. But then all of a sudden the Tyson Fury fight. Now here's something that's strange about Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury don't have no drawing power. Keep in mind before that Tyson Fury fought at I think he fought at that damn, what's that stadium where the Running Rebels play at? The UNLV. He fought at that arena, and then I think he fought at the T-Mobile Arena. Do y'all know less than like I think like 2,000 people came to see Tyson Fury? I know when he fought Otto Walling, nobody came to see that fight. Nobody. Shit, they asked me did I want to get. They called me and hit me up and asked me did I want to get credentials to that fight. I say no, I'm not coming to that fight. So now all of a sudden, this is what I mean by they bought. I believe that a lot of those tickets were comped. I believe a big majority of those tickets were comped. All of a sudden, so you mean to tell me in two fights, Tyson Fury, you mean to tell me in two fights, Tyson Fury can draw 15,000 people? I just believe a lot of those fights were comped. Tyson Fury had horrible attendance for his last two fights leading up to the second Wilder fight. He had horrible attendance. Then all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, this dude can just draw like magically 15,000 people. I believe that somebody did. I believe that somebody either bought the tickets or they comped a lot of tickets. If I was Wilder, I would put in a contract that Tyson Fury's gloves need to be checked periodically throughout the fight to make sure ain't no funny business going on. For real. I'm just keeping it a hundo. I believe that Tyson Fury should have to have his gloves checked in between. I'm serious. I think he need to have his gloves checked in the third round, the sixth round, and the ninth round if the fight is still going to make sure that his gloves haven't been altered. Yeah. I don't see that's the thing. I don't know if instant replay could work in boxing. It depends on how they structure it. And I mean, who would call for instant replay? That's the saying. So what you'll be able to throw a flag and say, "Hey, I want to see that this dude like rabbit punch." Because one thing you don't want to do, like you don't want to like prolong boxing. You don't want it to be like okay, where it's supposed to be like pretty much 36 minutes and then it turned into an hour long. So you just got to be careful with that. Yeah, that's gonna be very hard to like pull off because, like I said, who's gonna ask for instant replay? Like I said before, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody could use instant replay to recover. You can say, "Oh, he hit me low," and then they do an instant. Okay, and then what's supposed to happen if you like? What are you looking for in instant replay, and what type? Do you want a penalty or what? So that's why I'm saying that's going to be very very difficult, and you don't want a fight that's supposed to last. That's already a 12 round fight to last like go from lasting like maybe 36 minutes to lasting like 50 minutes. I just don't think that'll work. I just think that'll be very difficult to pull off. I think that Deontay Wilder, like I said, he should be firm and stern on his say, look, Tyson Fury got to wear the same type of gloves I wear. He can't wear those gloves because it's a conflict of interest. It don't matter whether you check the gloves in the locker room. It's already been proven that you can do shit to those gloves, them gloves like in the ring and shit. Because like I said, once again, you can't trust the commission. Like I said before, the best thing to do is in between rounds, you can have somebody come in there and check Tyson Fury's gloves. You could just go in there and be like, look, you can have somebody from the, and for real, what Deontay Wilder could do, Deontay Wilder, what he should do is he should hire Naseem Richardson. He should hire Naseem Richardson to watch Tyson Fury getting his gloves wrapped. He should hire an outside because you can hire an outside party to make sure that everything is on the up and up. Yeah, that didn't make sense neither. That didn't make sense neither. Like I said before, if I was Deontay Wilder, I would hire an outside party. I would hire Naseem Richardson, and I would hire an outside party to watch Tyson Fury's gloves getting wrapped. I would hire somebody to film Tyson Fury getting his gloves put on, and his gloves should be checked before the fight. I would put in the contract that his gloves have to be checked before the fight, during the fight, and maybe the last round. I would say, hey, I want his gloves checked in between rounds. I want his gloves checked in before the fight, maybe in the third round, maybe in the sixth round, maybe in the ninth round, maybe in the third, and in the 12th round, to make sure it's on the up and up. Just keeping it 100. But anyway, you guys, I'm about to end this stream, but thanks for listening. Really appreciate it. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.